Okay, and I guess we're live now. I got a nice little notification there when I kicked it off that we can stream for the next 8 hours before the stream will get disconnected. So it's good to know. We won't be streaming for 8 hours, hopefully. So, welcome to the public issue triage for the Habitat Project. The date of February 19th, 2019. Uh, an auspicious date, maybe not though. Probably just a regular stream like you're used to. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. We don't have a ton of issues, so we'll go through the issues, and then John and I are going to try and do some PR triage as well, like we've been doing the last few of these meetings. Um, I feel confident that we can get that done, mostly because the two of us are awesome. So let's go ahead and share the old screen here. You see that okay, John? Wonderful. All right, so the first issue we're going to hit here is Habitat number 6148, which is Windows Launcher Shutdown emits errors regarding pipe removal. I'm assuming that since Matt opened this and he's already labeled it, we can just throw that directly in the backlog and move on from there. So the next one's going to be Habitat number 6158. And Mr. B. Dang It says he's having some trouble with adding the SSL cert file to his CLI.toml. Let's see. Yeah. So I think this points to a usability thing. I don't know if like the CLI toml is necessarily the right place. Maybe it is, but I think that the bigger issue is from the perspective of user experience. It's a pain in the ass to have to perpetually pipe in your SSL cert file location when you're working with the builder. So I haven't run into this myself. I haven't like messed with this much. I don't know, John, if you feel like you have any strong opinion on this one way or the other.
That SSL cert file environment variable, that's not a HAB specific one, right? That's like is that an open SSL thing?
I don't actually know. I mean, I've seen the SSL cert file envvar used for other apps.
Yeah.
Um,
My guess is since it's not, we might want to be, I'm not sure CLI.toml is the right place to do it, but it's definitely worth thinking, like having some sort of issue where we address this usability, but I don't think issues should necessarily presume the solution this way.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I agree there. So I think what I'll probably do is maybe we'll just update this. We can add a. Let's see. I don't know if this is a ends up actually being a feature, but we'll go ahead and throw usability on there. Mostly CLI related. If we're going to make a change like this in our code, it's going to be Rust, but I don't know. I think the important thing, we probably just need a needs discussion on this, which is right there. I'll populate all those. I guess the question is like, do we want to just close this out and request a more generic issue, or do we want to just have Ben update it with some context for us?
Um, Yeah, I think we could just keep this issue and add a comment asking for more context and just to rename it to what the problem is as opposed to what the solution should be.
Yeah, I think that sounds good. Okay, let me go ahead and leave that comment real quick. All right, we'll get some feedback there. We'll get that one updated. Let's go ahead and move on to on-prem builder number 127. We've had a lot of conversations about this in the last week or so, but effectively, like right now in Builder, we have what's called a Bootstrap bundle, and the Bootstrap bundle is more or less like the core of the Habitat packages, the backbone of the Habitat packages, the core plans packages. So for people that are running an on-prem depot and they don't want their builds to be reaching outside of their organization or out to the public internet, as it were, to get access to build time dependencies, you end up needing to kind of populate your depot with this Bootstrap bundle. It just basically contains like a whole mess of Habitat core plans packages that are ready to go. The process of delivering that Bootstrap bundle has been relatively manual because we have a syncing script. So once a depot is on and running, you should be able to actually just run the sync script to pull down whatever the latest versions of those packages are. We ran into some issues in the last couple of weeks where some users were seeing trouble getting those to sync appropriately, and then in order to kind of mitigate some of that pain, we realized like, well, the Bootstrap bundle is like super old at this point, and so we probably need something more fresh. So we refreshed it, but it was a manual process. All that is to say, Scott is totally correct here. Like, we should definitely be regulating, like just making automating a regular update of that Bootstrap bundle for our users, so that new people or people that are new to the project turning on-prem depots for the first time don't run into this pain. So I'm going to go ahead and add builder label. That should be kind of expected. Dump that there. We're going to go ahead and throw this into, oops, wrong one. Where'd it go? Backlog. That one's ready to go. Let's go ahead and move on to on-prem builder number 128. Proxy request to public builder. On-prem builder could automatically reach out to the public builder and pull in any requisite packages. Yeah. That's not, yeah, we have kind of started down this path initially, right? So effectively what's being asked for here is like a way for the on-prem depots to be able to just automatically sync on some kind of a cadence. And that is actually how this was initially implemented. We had a service that ran alongside the API for the on-prem depots, and that service would effectively just go out basically what happened is if you were to make a request and the package didn't exist in your builder instance, it would check public builder, and then it would sync down the required missing dependencies from public builder into your private on-prem depot instance. And we actually ripped that all out because it wasn't functioning the way that most users expected. And so it was contributing to a lot of confusion. We'd effectively had lots of users saying, hey, I'm running this request, I'm trying to run this build, it's reaching out to request this package, and it's not pulling it down, because the expectation was from those users that, like, well, if it's not there, it's just going to go out and get it immediately. But actually, what it is a separate process that would kind of loop through on some kind of schedule and go and pick things up after the request had been made. So the implementation was just not exactly what we probably needed, and we ripped it out and replaced it with the current syncing mechanism that is effectively the shell script to kind of make that sync happen, and it's now a manual process. As far as whether or not we would do this, it's hard to say. I really liked having the syncing kind of be part of the service, and having something that's a more all-in-one experience of like turn the thing on and then it just goes and you don't have to think about it. We've also had a lot of people recently who have said that they kind of they prefer to have manual syncing so that they could do something like cut a release for their environment and pull down everything in core that's been updated to a specific tag, some kind of functionality like that. So it's kind of hard to say whether or not we would actually do this or even accept it. I am inclined right now, since Salim is out of town and we need to kind of discuss this. I'm kind of inclined to put a needs discussion on this, and then next week to revisit it with Salim to figure out if he has strong feelings about this. And for anybody that's watching the stream, it's not actually just Salim, but Salim is out. Dave is on site with a customer, as is our product owner Phil. So all of the people who would like have a say in what this experience would be are not here right now. So I'm going to go ahead and add some labels real quick. And then I'm going to leave a little comment here. So give me just one moment.
Wow, we're getting very British with our behavior.
Oh, I did it twice too. Look at that.
Hey, at least you're consistent.
I guess, yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and move on from there to habitat number 6173. Uh-oh. Pretty straightforward. The documentation for package path 4 is incorrect. Yep. Thank you, Steve and Dana. Appreciate that. I'll go ahead and add that. Documentation. Bug. Should be straightforward. Gonna drop it in the backlog. All right, and core plans 2301, a request to add, let's see, yeah, LLDB package. That would be cool, wouldn't it? I'll go ahead and dump that in the backlog as well. No idea how difficult that's going to be. It could be really gnarly to try to get LLDB packaged up, or it could be no problem at all. That is often the nature of writing plans, I have learned. All right, so that's actually all of the issues. So we can go and hit the Habitat repo and start with some PR triage. John, do you know which of these have not been triaged yet? Maybe
if we just sort by the oldest, I can tell you.
we should be we should probably going forward add some labels for this. We're going to do this way. That way it's easier to just be like, this has been triaged.
Yeah. What is this? Just Habitat repo? I would feel like this is including more, because I don't recall seeing that one before with the automated testing for plans. But if it was around since September 11th, 2018.
Yeah, I think we did talk about this one a few weeks ago, and maybe we even assigned some people. Yeah. Yep. So 2 weeks ago we talked about this one. This one's been triaged more or less. I think.
Yeah, maybe we should go through like unassigned ones.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Well, all right, we'll just do it this way.
Can we sort by assignee?
We can.
I think that would be the next column over to sort.
There you go.
Oh.
So this is oldest by people who, PRs that are not, that have no assignee. So this was opened 17 days ago.
Yeah, I responded to that one, and it needs changes. So you can assign it to me so we don't re-triage it, but it's just it's waiting on work from the author.
Great. We can move on to the blog post. I don't know that this actually needs triaged. We can also assign that back to Scott. Assign it and then unassign it. Expected it to just kind of close that out. Okay, there we go. All right, remove test verified branch. Guessing 6 days ago. I would guess that Scott knows what he's doing. I can figure out how to type. This one has had a ton of dialogue on it.
Yeah, that one's in pretty active review. So I don't know that we're having any issues there.
$61.65. Add build publish of Windows Docker Studio to release pipeline. This is where
Matt Rock is probably the right.
Mm-hmm. $61.72. Enable client authentication with TLS.
That is brand new, and I'm currently reviewing it, so you can assign it to me.
Lovely. This one is also brand new as of a few minutes ago. It's already been approved, so I'm just going to leave that one alone. And this one is only from 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yep. All right. So that's the Habitat repo. I'm going to pull up builder. Go through that. And these are have all pretty much been assigned. I think Salim assigned himself to this one. Oh, yeah. So this got triaged last week, and Salim is assigned. Salim will be out of town, so this one will be in here at least until next week. And then this one, Garrett opened in January, and it's still open. I'm going to go ahead and actually throw. I think that this is a UI thing. I'm actually just going to. Well, maybe I won't do that. I'll put Salim on it as well. This is a UI. There's some UI stuff in here, but the branch needs to effectively get taken and driven across the line. So we'll probably have some UI help with that at some point, but that's more or less where we're at. I don't know. Are there any other repos that we want to do PR triage for? I don't know any else that.
It would only be core plans, I would think, and I have no idea. There could be like a ton or very few.
Yeah, I don't think we've been triaging the core plans ones. Yeah, there's 83 pull requests open, and I know Scott is like working through those as he gets time. But there's a lot of churn in that repo. They're mostly labeled, so I think he's on top of it. Most of them have comments, so that's probably it for this week. So I'll go ahead and cut the broadcast here momentarily. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled live stream next Tuesday. Yeah, that's the day we do it. And thanks everybody for joining us. Bye.